Hello guys, this is Brian here with a update video with some very good news I received. Today is Thursday, October the 25th, 2018. My face might be a little bit red and bumps and splotches and spots. I had the Botox injections done this morning for my for my migraine headaches. She did one here and right there. This one bled a little bit. I think when they wrapped it with alcohol, kind of irritated it anyway. So this is a little bit sore, and I can't put no ice on it or heat. You can't do that with the Botox. So, well, back of my head and my forehead kind of still sore. Um, Either Monday or Tuesday, I received a letter from Blue Cross that they did approve the spinal cord stimulator implantation. It's been approved. And so I'm somewhat excited about that, but I also got better news today. It says procedure code 63685. I think that says incision and subcutaneous placement of spinal nerve stimulator pulse generator approved. Unit certified is one, obviously, because there's only one simulator going to be implanted. The second procedure they approved was 63650. Neurostimulator electrode array epidural. The leads itself, and that's two, obviously, because it's two leads. Some of the other words I don't understand what the hell they are because it's medical stuff. But I noticed that the expiration date on the for the pre-authorization expires November the 17th. And I wonder, because I just thought about this, I wonder who comes up with that date. Was it Blue Cross? Or was it the doctor's office? Because if I look, the 17th of November is a Saturday. So who made up that date, But it's been approved. Let me show you. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Let's see. Then, while I was in the waiting room at the doctor's office this morning, before I got my injections, the pain management at the doctor's office called. And I thought they were just going to call me and say, hey, it's been approved. Whenever you want to go ahead and do it, before the end date. Because my plan was to have it either to do the implantation a week before Thanksgiving or the week after Thanksgiving, because I would have 2 weeks off. So that'd be perfect. So she was telling me it's been approved, and then she said the hospital has a operating room available tomorrow, Friday, because somebody canceled. I don't know if it was one of my doctor's patients that canceled or somebody else's, another doctor and another patient that was using that operating room canceled. But somebody canceled, and they had an opening for the operating room. She said, do you want to go ahead and do it tomorrow? The hospital has an opening. The doctor said he will go ahead and come in early and have it, do it at 7 o'clock. And I said, is there a way I can call you back? Let me go ahead and think about that. Let me go ahead and call you back. And I told her I was in the doctor's office anyway. She said, yeah, but make sure you call us back before at least 11 so they can tell the hospital in the Abbott people, the device maker, to be there. And also they can set up the anesthesia and all that. And, I have to have needles in my face and back of my head and the side of my head. Went to the car, and I was kind of thinking about it. And I thought, if I had it done around Thanksgiving, that would really relieve me for at least 4 to 5 weeks before the end of the year. And, usually after, mid-November, doctor's office has always become busy. I thought, well, if I had any kind of complications or at least 2 to 3 post-op visits, it would be harder to make those type of appointments. You know what I'm saying? And because my HMO referral ends on December 31st. So if I had any kind of complications or anything like that, it could have a little bit bumped into 2019. So that's what I was kind of thinking about. And I said, what the hell? I called her back, and she emailed me the instructions, you know. So I had to be there at 6 o'clock. So I agreed to, let's go ahead and do it tomorrow. And she said, you have to be there at 6. The procedure will be at 7. So for me to get there, because it's an hour, and it depended on traffic, hour and a half to, you know, maybe sometimes hour and 15 minutes to get to Frisco, because it's about 45 miles, about 40 to 45 miles from where I live. So that means I would have to get up at least 4 o'clock, maybe. And then, you know, take a shower, obviously. And try to leave the house by probably 4:45, 4:50, somewhere around there. I have been late for procedures, and usually the people at the hospital don't make a big stink about it. You know, if you're like 20, 30 minutes late, so that's not a big deal. I think they do kind of make a big old to-do and big stink about it if you like show up 10 minutes before your procedure, because obviously they want to make sure you do show up. And when you do show, I think what happens when you do show up, that's when they prepare the operating room for you. Of course, they don't want to prepare it when nobody shows up, you know. So I'm somewhat excited but really nervous. In the meantime, when all this was taking place, finally round 3 or 4, the guy who I've been dealing with, he texted me and asked me which model I want to go ahead and proceed with. He said, "You still able to change your mind if you want to tomorrow, because they will have both on hand." So I am going with the rechargeable unit, spinal cord stimulator. Kind of seems to me, kind of makes more financial sense that way. Like I said in my previous video, God knows, only God knows if we're going to have any kind of insurance in the next couple of years. This Obamacare nightmare that we're in. And to me, if the other one is not rechargeable and it only lasts for, let's just say, 3 to 5 to 7 years, that battery has to be replaced, depending how much you use and all that. The rechargeable one, you can use it as much as you want in the highest setting, but you will have the option to recharge it. And I think he said, depending on the usage, you can maybe just do it once a week to charge it up, maybe twice. If you use it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you would have to charge it at least 3 times a week. And it's like a little wand that, you place over your skin and it charges up. Which I don't understand how that really works. How can power transfers from a little device, a wand, and through your skin into the medical device? I don't know. So another thing, I want to go with the one that does last longer. I think, if I remember correctly, it can last between 7 to 10 years. But at that particular point, it could be a chance that the batteries would have to be replaced. So, in layman's terms, the one that's non-rechargeable, it will be a guarantee the batteries will have to be replaced sooner. The one that's non-rechargeable, the batteries will last longer. But of course, it just depends on so many factors. And the guy did tell me most of the time, the insurance companies go ahead and approve a replacement simulator. you know, if you talk about 7+ years, because it's time to, you know, because they come out with new ones every so many years, I'm assuming. Um, so I think I'm pretty much sure I am going to go with the rechargeable one. Um, and of course, he said, you know, if you decide to change the batteries, it's not a major thing at all. So I'm somewhat excited because I can see that my pain medicine will be reduced, the need for pain medicine and muscle relaxers. A lot of people don't understand when you have a medical problem or serious back problems or anything like that, that you have to take pain medicine. Some people don't understand that some people have to take it every day, or some people have to take it long term, and some people kind of look at you or frown upon that. It just I don't know if anybody really experiences that. Um, I don't. Only my closest family, and of course my doctors obviously, only knows what medicine I take. I don't, of course I tell here on YouTube, but I don't tell none of my coworkers. I don't say nothing, because some people who don't understand, you know, there's people who have chronic medical problems or maybe cancer that has to have pain medicine. And some people just don't understand that, and they kind of look at you as a pill popper, kind of like a stigma. And a lot of people just don't understand that, if you know what I mean by that. Also, another thing, I don't tell everybody I see a pain management doctor either. Of course, there's only, let's see, my primary care, spine, and there's only 3 doctors that really know I go to a pain management doctor. It's my primary care doctor, obviously, because, you know, they have to do their HMO referral. The spine doctor, obviously, because he has to refer me out to get the spine injections and the stimulator done, all, you know, obviously. And then the neurologist. He knows I see a pain management doctor as well, because he's the one who referred me for my neck and migraine problem. But other than that, like my GI doctor, I haven't seen in a long time. I don't tell them. Now, I'm assuming they probably can tell because they can look up your prescription history, and obviously. But another thing, people who see a pain management doctor kind of have a stigma. Even in the medical field, I have experienced that. There's a lot of, how can I explain? People don't understand why patients have to go to a pain management doctor. In my particular case, in the beginning, it wasn't for pain management at all. It was only for the steroid injections, because that's the kind of doctor who performs that. The spine doctor doesn't do that, even though that's his specialty. They just don't do that here anymore in the state of Texas. Epidural steroid injection. So I had to go to a pain management doctor to have that done. So at the beginning, it wasn't really for pain control. It was to have a medical procedure done. So there, like I said, there's kind of a stigma, and I don't tell everybody I see a pain management doctor. Only, of course, my, you know, my closest family, and of course the 3 doctors. Obviously, I just don't advertise it. I don't tell any of my coworkers or anything like that, because, like I said, there is a stigma. Either they think you're a drug addict seeking drug, you know, pain pills, or you're making up a medical condition that's not there. And that's not true. I have seen people in that pain management office, you know, they're terminally ill. It could be that they had a serious accident or a serious injury. It could be they had let's say a knee replacement and it just didn't do well, or it took a long time to heal. Yeah, it could be the case. People have cancer. So there's different reasons why a person has to go to a pain management doctor. But some people, like I said, there's a stigma around it, and some people just don't understand why. And some people kind of look at you like, are you a pain pill popper, or are you going to a doctor for a non-existent medical condition? You know what I'm saying? I have also a little bit experienced that in the medical field. One time I went to the emergency room for back pain, and I kind of mentioned that I'll go see a pain management doctor, and right off the bat, the emergency room doctor asked me, well, did you sign a pain contract? I said, no, I don't know what that is. And I explained to him, I only see the pain management doctors just have the steroid injections done. He don't give me any medication. And then he was okay with that. So it's kind of, even the medical profession, they kind of look at you, they look at you different. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm somewhat excited, but I'm really nervous. And you gotta understand, the spinal cord stimulator is not going to take 100% of the pain away at 100% of the time. You know, one day it may, but the very next day you may hurt a little bit. It's just not designed to take 100% of the pain away 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day. And different thoughts are going through my mind. You know, what happens if the device fails, or what happens if it moves around, or what happens when the leads come loose, or what happens if there's an infection, because that's one of the risks of any kind of surgery, you have. What happens if the doctor doesn't place it exactly where he did the leads last time, and all kinds of different things. Obviously, he knows exactly where, because he probably has a medical, they keep medical records. What happens if the incisions that don't heal and all this? And there's different things going through my mind, and obviously they're silly. Now, to my understanding, I will be put under general anesthesia, like if you have gallbladder removed, not that twilight and sedation crap. It's really the full-blown anesthesia. So obviously they're going to be cutting an incision and inserting the medical device, right? I don't know if I told y'all this. This is my previous video, that this is going to be done in a operating room, not a procedure room. Those procedure rooms are like for back injections. I think that room is also used for GI procedures. Like when they go down and look at your stomach or anything like that. And it's like a big, hard, giant X-ray table that you lay on, and it has a little bit of cushion, but it's not the most comfortable thing. And, the doctor looks at the X-ray, and it's a live X-ray and all that. So I'm kind of curious tomorrow, when they administer the anesthesia, I'm assuming I'll be facing up, not down. I'm assuming they can't administer it when you're facing down. If you had a, in case you could develop a breathing problem. So I think during anesthesia, they do put a breathing tube down your throat. Of course, you're not aware of that during the surgery, obviously, but that's why you kind of have a sore throat afterwards. So I'm nervous. I don't know how this device is going to cost the insurance company, but they did bill already Blue Cross. I think they billed it for $7,000, and I think Blue Cross paid $3,000. Their contracted rate. And I'm just wondering how much this is really going to cost. I'm just kind of curious about that too. So another thing that's also been going on, I kind of been thinking about switching spine doctors. The last 2 times I kind of went, kind of like he was spaced out or not paying attention or had his mind on something else. Because another patient was talking about that when they were checking out with their, and the lady was asking her husband, did you get that feeling that the doctor was not paying attention? And he said, yeah, and I said something too. And on the other hand, it is really far for me to go see him anyway. So I asked my doctor to put in a HMO referral to see my original spine doctor who I saw to begin with. Because he left, what happened, he left his practice because it was a group practice. He left, and the replacement doctor is the one who did my back surgery, and that worked out okay. So I'm going to see if I'm going to see him, if I need to go see him. I have an appointment sometime in November. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I think I'm just go ahead and see him anyway. So I've seen him different, before, so I know how he is. It's a pain in the ass when the doctor leaves a practice. It is really a pain to get all your medical records. Luckily, with that, it was, they kept everything the same. Just the doctor just left the group practice. So I'm going to see if I can do a video tomorrow and see how if I feel up to it. Just kind of worried, like I said. I'm also going to do a video probably sometime next week if I don't get to it tonight on how a person ends up getting a spinal cord stimulator, because there's steps to get it from the because the insurance company has those rules. What else? I just really didn't expect, I didn't wake up this morning and expect it to be done tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Kind of expect it to be done weeks on, a couple weeks down the road. So it's just starting to really sink in now. And it's minor surgery. It's nothing major or anything like that. What else? What's been going on? Oh, I don't know about y'all, but I'm really getting tired of seeing these damn political signs over the place, and they're on the TV and the radio constantly. It's just 24 hours a day, these politicians. And you know what? I don't have any use for politicians. They're just useless. Every single politician is just useless. And the reason why Trump won is because he was a non-politician. Anytime a politician moves their mouths, they're lying. Another thing, I'm going to make a video about, I'm not going to say it on this one, but I'll make another video. What else? Oh, the doctor's office said I'll be off for a week and a half actually. No bending over for at least 2 weeks at all, just like the trial. Because the leads have, everything has to heal up, everything like that. I just wonder how much pain it's going to be afterwards, because obviously, a muscle may have, they have to slice up a muscle, slice up the skin, so that hurts, I'll do a video later to let you know how everything goes. And it's 7:30 right now. God, I had to get up so damn early. I can't stand it. I hate getting up early. Because the time 2 or 3 and 4 in the morning a.m. comes around, I'm in my deep sleep. That's when I get my deep sleep in. So, if you have any questions, comments, please post them below. I'll see y'all later.